Probably much nicer down in Dunedin where the Blue Jays continue with spring training, and it's been a weird spring training, very weird. Joining us to talk about it and doing a show up there, down there all week, Jeff Blair. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I haven't pulled any muscles by sneezing or anything.
Yeah, that was have you pulled your elbow?
No, but let's just say that every conceivable body function has been treated a little more gently these days. I don't want to, one doesn't want to hurt oneself.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get, what do you call that? A tennis elbow.
It probably didn't come out right, did it?
No, that's why I tried to switch it. I tried to make it sound like it was a drinking thing. But you would obviously enjoy the time down there because it's been obviously much nicer to be in Florida than it would be to be in Toronto.
Yeah, it's warm. There's lots of baseball. Well, today there isn't because it's an off day, but the baseball's been pretty good. Everybody's optimistic. They're tied for first place, and it can only get worse from here.
Did they put you up in a nice hotel there? Did they give you a suite?
Yeah.
So you got like 2 rooms there?
On which floor? I mean, I've got 2 on the 1 floor.
Are you rooming with Travis, your producer? You guys have a bunk bed?
No, Travis is at the Circle 8. Travis did want to. He sent me an email about wanting to come and use the hot tub in my room. I didn't know how to take that.
Yeah, because you didn't know if you were there as well, right? You thought.
Well, he mentioned something about you just went out to Walgreens and got Mr. Bubble and wanted to use the hot tub. I don't know.
Listen, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. You're doing a show all weekend, and no shortage of humor and drama and weirdness surrounding the Toronto Blue Jays. Yesterday, Kevin Pillar apparently and Alex Anthopoulos had a good laugh when he was doing the press conference. But he sneezed and he hurt himself?
That's a story, and he appears to be sticking to it. Well, look, I once covered a guy when I was covering the Montreal Expos going on the 15-day disabled list because he rubbed Tabasco sauce in his eyes. He was eating a taco in the clubhouse, rubbed his eyes, and got Tabasco sauce in it. Really, Barbary. And this is during the season. He was on the disabled list.
Jeff, how does this only happen in baseball, seemingly? Why?
It's very easy. There's actually a logical explanation for it. They spend so much time doing nothing. I mean, there's so much standing around. You're in the clubhouse from 7 till 3. Yeah, you're doing your work, you're getting your workouts in, and you're doing your drills and all that. But, I mean, you got a lot of time. And there's food and stuff around. So, it's just lends itself to, to stupid things. I mean, here's the thing. We've probably all done this. You probably all sneezed and felt a stitch in your side. The only difference is then we go and sit in the desk. Compared to these guys who do that, and then they're going out running and swinging the bat, and especially oblique injuries, because everything you do in baseball is pretty much sort of, I don't want to get all physiological here, but there's a lot of torque motion involved, right? There's a lot of throwing, there's a lot of swinging. So anytime you do anything on the side, especially when, in the case of a guy like Kevin Pillar, I mean, he's probably one of the more, muscular, in-shape Blue Jays. Stuff like that happens.
Jeff, looking at R.A. Dickey's start yesterday,
But it was still a team.
Yeah, he didn't.
Wasn't even a burp.
You know what? I do know a guy that got a fart. I mean, you really pushed that one out. I do know a guy that actually got what do you call that? A hernia from sneezing. No word of a lie.
Yeah, I can imagine. That'd be one hell of a sneeze, though.
Oh, he went for it. Jeff, should we be concerned that Russell Martin was mishandling the knuckleball again yesterday?
Not really. I mean, a couple of things are happening. I don't know if they're still doing it because I didn't have a chance to talk to Russ Martin about it, but he and R.A. Dickey at times this spring have intentionally crossed each other up just to see how Russell reacts to the pitch. In other words, he'll call a pitch, and R.A. will throw it to a completely different location. Or maybe with 1 count, when he wants to throw a fastball, he'll intentionally throw a knuckleball. And they're just trying to see how they react. There's 2 ways to look at it, Dean. I was down here a couple of years ago when R.A. Dickey, and I talked about this in my column today, when R.A. Dickey first came to the Blue Jays, and everybody was wondering whether J.P. and CB could catch him. J.P. and CB had a great spring catching with him. Then he went to the World Baseball Classic and caught him for Team USA. No problems. Regular season starts, he had, 3 pass balls in the first 10 pitches of the season or something like that, and that was the end of J.P. and CB's career. So I don't know how much you can tell in spring training. I think the thing the Jays are worried about with Russell Martin more than anything, it's not whether or not he can catch or if he's knuckleball. They're concerned about the wear and tear in his body because this guy's a pretty important offensive player for them, and I'm not entirely certain that they want to put him in a position where he's scrambling around and on his knees and risking some sort of injury trying to catch a knuckleball.
Jeff Blair joins us down in Dunedin doing a show there all weekend long. Jeff, who surprised you so far since you've been down there? Who looks great?
I haven't seen fit. I mean, everybody looks great because it's spring. I haven't seen a pitch yet, but I'm surprised that people are now talking about the possibility of both Miguel Castro and Roberto Osuna making the bullpen because they're just so far ahead of everybody else in camp. I talked to one Jay's coach yesterday, and I asked him about the bullpen. He said those 2 kids are way up here, and everybody else is way down here. So that would probably be my biggest surprise. I thought one of them, maybe Castro, would make the team, but it really appears as if Osuna and Castro both have a real good shot at making the bullpen.
What of Daniel Norris? He had a great 3.5 innings almost the other day. Is he going to start, do you think? I think it's foregone that Sanchez will. You think Norris will be the 5th?
Yeah, I think it's done. I don't think there's even 0.001% of doubt about that. Let's see how he does in his next outing, because now you're getting to the point where you're getting to the point in the spring where you're facing regular major leaguers who are getting close to 20 at bats, 24 at bats. Guys are a little more locked in. Guys have kind of slipped into that. Okay, we're only 2 weeks away from the regular season mode, and the competition will get tougher. But let's see how he reacts in that game. But I'll tell you this: he has to be god awful in his last 2 starts to not make the team. He really does.
Jeff, really quick, we gotta go. I can't remember a time where the Blue Jays have had so many young arms up and coming. Can you?
No. Halliday, Carpenter, and Escobar are the names that come to mind, but I don't remember the Blue Jays having as much depth as they do now. In addition to Stroman, Sanchez, and Norris, they also have Castro and Osuna, and there's a couple of other kids as well. They haven't been in that position for a long time.
Appreciate your time. Hoist one for us on a patio later, will you?
I will try.
Okay. Thanks, man. 9 o'clock, Jeff Blair and the Jeff Blair Show, right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, live in Dunedin from spring training. I'll agree with that show beat all week.